个人吃啊？有没有画号？Next up Flåm. Next up Flåm. 拎上去的。
对。4点15是吧？
I was going to say, you're a sister. You touch me at one time.
我
¿De la empresa? No, no. No, diferente.
Cállate, cállate. Pero no porque lo necesite. Yo creo que no para hacer una desensalada.
Bye bye.
Hey, hey.
Good morning. It's about 45 minutes.
This is so sweet. Except they spelled my name wrong.
Today is 礼拜几？跟你一样的拍这么多。
Could definitely go for a dessert right now.
西瓜好绿哦。
Let's take it back a few good years to when the world was ending. Let's take it back to me and you. driver's license, and there's nothing we can do. Running every light past the city of Pasadena. Had Cecilia on the radio. Swear I could have died right there and I'd be happy. I guess time tricked me, 'cause where'd it go?
跟人家讲小声一点。这是多 home 的那个。 在广州哪里？
Thank you.
Thank you. I like salted caramel better. Bye. Gonna eat this in peace.
As well as an emergency exit door at the front. Major producer of hydroelectric power. Towers 200 meters above the ocean.
Finale heute.
Ja,
The biggest and most popular wineries.